This video is to help correct a left shifted neck. So ideally in the mirror, I want to look at my reflection and see that I'm centered. If I'm a little tilted or shifted this way, well then I'm not equally balanced in terms of the muscles or the joint structures. Now if I can still move but I have stiffness and discomfort, well then yes, it moves, but the default position may be not centered, it may be a little bit askew. So in this case, an individual with a head shift towards the left of their body or a little right tilt, I want to pull that back to center. So I'm going to use a face towel here. I'm going to take the edge of the towel and hook it around the left side of the neck. Hold both edges with one hand, in this case my right hand, and I'm going to take this left shifted neck and pull it towards my right. Now as I pull towards the right, I may need to reach over the top of the head and add a little tilt. So I'm going to sideways pull here. So I'm trying to use the edge of the towel as a fulcrum on the neck. So I can go up and down at the base of the skull, down to the top of the shoulder, and move that edge of the towel up and down to try to find the area that might be the stiffest, because whatever is stiffest is the one that needs the attention the most. So I can go up and down with that towel, oops, like so. I'm going to go right around the side of the neck. I'm going to go up high at first, in this case, and there's no right or wrong here. Then I'm going to add the little tilt, hold that a little bit, and now I'm holding that pull and the little head pull, like I'm tilting, like to stretch the side of the neck. In this case, I feel it on my right as the stretch. So I'm pulling towards the right, holding the head a little bit, tilting the opposite way, because if I go to the left and try to keep my eyes level, I'm actually doing a little bit of a tilt this way as well. So I'm going to pull the tilt back out and also pull the neck center with the towel. So that combination is kind of important for this. So I've got the towel here. I have that held, and then I'm going to add a chin tuck into this, which is a little bit of a chin sliding back towards the throat, little elongation or a stretch of the backside. So I'm taking this curve and opening with a little chin tuck. And the pace of the chin tuck is about 1 per second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to do that with the towel technique. So I'm going to find that spot that maybe is down low or in the middle or up higher, just depends on the person. And if you're not sure, well, just do several rounds and fish around for several levels. Worst thing that could happen is you loosen up your neck. Be very careful not to over exaggerate your chin tuck. It's just a slight little pull, and especially when you're adding this part in, pulling that way with my hand to the right, this way on the head, and then I add the chin tuck while I'm holding. I feel a little more pinchy in the back of the neck, so this might zing you if you go too hard. So it's more like a half chin tuck or a little bit of a, maybe a centimeter or less of a little movement. So it's the chin or the nose going backwards on the neck. It's almost like a bee's going to land on your nose and you don't want to swat at it. It's that little double chin. So very subtle, keep it small and go very slow, because I feel kind of pinchy on my neck there. In this case, I must have a little restriction. And if that doesn't quite do it, I can go a little bit lower, pull maybe down at an angle and get the lower segment. That's a little bit more comfortable. Or go up higher and test that one. That's a little bit more of a stretch. I feel that one on the opposite side of the neck. So you may have to fish around a little bit and do about 10 repetitions, rest, then do 2 more sets of 10. So 30 repetitions per round. Should take you about 30 seconds to a minute to pull that off. So every time you go to the bathroom and wash your hands and there's that towel, you're like, well, all right, fine. I can throw that one in there and do that opportunistic exercise of that little shift in the posture. I want to pull that back to center. So that's a little bit of technique you can do throughout the day at home when you're at home, and use your face towel or hand towel to employ that. So hopefully that'll help kind of loosen you up over time and unlock those restrictions in the joints and maybe retrain the muscles a little bit. With that little chin tuck, you're putting a message through the muscles that are in that area, and you're giving that muscle memory or that memory of the stretch. And then from there, if you can kind of try to look in the mirror and try to correct yourself to where you're centered, and then maybe do some chin tucks on your own. You go back, an hour later you come back and you're shifted again and you see your reflection where your head's quite off center, then you need to do it again. If you look in the mirror and you see it centered, well, hallelujah, you did it. Hopefully that works. Give that a try and just stick with it. But just avoid going too quick and being in a hurry with this. Be mindful and take your time, and don't pinch anything in there, because the last thing you need is an extra problem. So be very gentle with these techniques. They're very subtle. It's more about high repetition, low intensity to retrain muscle behavior and posture. It's not about big is better. All right? Good luck with that. Hope that helps. Have at it.